I'm Polybath. I speak in schools throughout the country, helping to manage and change difficult classroom behaviors that interrupt instruction. Today, I'm going to answer one of your questions. I'm a new teacher, and I have a second grade student who has literally been sleeping in class since the start of the school year. To date, he's done absolutely nothing. How can I handle this? Well, you know what? This is a problem with all age kids. I run into, I can't tell you often, many classrooms where I've got a sleeper. Well, I always say there's a little joke side of this. At some kids, you don't want to wake up, but really, that's not what we're looking for here. What do I do about the sleeper? Well, kids who often stay up all night playing video games, they don't have bedtimes, or kids who just don't sleep well, you're going to have some physical reaction to that. So a couple ways you can deal with this. With littles or even older kids that are in a very difficult situation, whether it is they are not living in a home, they're bouncing from home to home, there's a lot of trauma going on, that's one thing. That's a kid who I'm going to work out something so that, believe it or not, they get a chance to take some little power naps here and there during school. The child who's staying up all night playing video games and just has no limits, well, that's a whole different story. That is a meeting with parent. That is, if they're willing to meet with you, a meeting with, other people in my school who work with the child and say, this is our expectation for the child. I've got to hold them accountable. And I may say, listen, I'm really worried that you're not understanding this lesson that we were talking because you were sleeping. So I'm going to have you work with me one-on-one. Yes, it is your recess time, but I want to make sure you know what's going on, because I've seen these kids wake up at recess, right? So I'm aware of that. I'm aware of where you're going here. And I hold them accountable. The other is I've got to teach them what's your plan if you're not going to go to bed at night. So you can't go home and, tell people they need to go to bed. You can't go home with them. You can't tell their parents what to do. But you can say, if you're not going to sleep at night and you're going to sleep during class, you got to figure out how you're going to get through this. So what are some ways that you can keep yourself going? Is it standing? Is it sitting in a different chair? All those things that we've been trying in classrooms, throughout the years. But in the end, you're going to be accountable for certain things. And that's the first thing I do to put in place. And if it continues, it might be a bigger meeting. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, watch these videos, and if you've got questions for future videos, include them in the comments below.